All right, let's just jump right in. The digital world is going through a massive, and I mean massive, shakeup. By the time we hit 2026, things are going to look completely different. And you know what? It's not just about adding more tech, it's about a huge reaction against it. We're calling it the human revolution.
In this quote, this really gets to the very heart of it. As AI gets woven into pretty much everything we do, there's this powerful human need pushing back. We're craving something real. And this tension, right here, between the tech and our need for authenticity, that is the single most important thing shaping the next couple of years.
So let's tackle the first big piece of this puzzle. AI isn't just an app you open anymore. It's not just a tool you use. It's becoming the actual infrastructure of our entire digital world. So think of it less like a hammer you pick up and more like the very foundation the house is built on. And this visual shows that evolution perfectly. On the left, that's the old model, right? AI as a helpful little assistant, maybe it writes some copy for you. But the image on the right, that's where we are heading. We're talking about an autonomous, interconnected system making big, strategic business decisions all by itself. This new reality is all built on something called AI agent systems. And these aren't just one-off tools. No way. They are entire ecosystems of AI that can manage the whole shebang, from ad targeting to budget allocation. You see platforms like Meta's Advantage Plus already doing this. You just tell it the goal, and the AI literally handles the rest. But here's where it gets really interesting. As AI becomes this invisible, super powerful force, something totally fascinating is happening. A human counter-revolution is picking up serious steam. We're getting tired of the noise, the fakeness, and we're starting to demand real authenticity more than ever.
And this problem, it actually has a name, AI slop. And you know what I'm talking about. We've all seen it. Those generic, totally soulless articles and social media posts that feel like they were written by a machine. Because, well, they were. And this flood of junk is creating a real hunger for something with a human touch.
And this is where that counter-revolution really gets its teeth. Search engines, especially Google, are actively fighting AI slop with this framework they call EEAT. It's basically their rulebook for rewarding content that comes from actual people with real, lived experience. The big takeaway here? Being a real human is now your biggest competitive advantage.
So let's break this down real quick. Experience means proving you've actually, used the product or lived the topic. Expertise is all about sharing original insights, not just repeating what everyone else is saying. Then you've got authoritativeness, which is just your social proof. What are other people saying about you? And finally, trustworthiness. Are you honest? Do you deliver on your promises? This isn't just some abstract idea. This is the new playbook for creating value.
Okay, so what happens when these two massive forces, the AI infrastructure and the human counter-revolution, smash into each other? Well, they create a whole new set of rules. And the very first new rule is all about trust, mainly because the old way of tracking people across the internet is officially dying.
And this isn't some far-off future thing. I mean, look at this timeline. Safari and Firefox are already blocking these cookies, and by the middle of 2026, Google Chrome, which is the biggest browser by far, will have completely gotten rid of them. The era of tracking people without their permission is over.
So what takes its place? The focus is shifting, and shifting hard, from third-party data, which you basically rent, to first-party data, which you own. This is the information that your customers willingly give you. It's built on consent, on a real relationship, and that makes it the most valuable thing a brand can have.
And building this trust isn't just a nice-to-have thing. It's a straight-up business imperative. I mean, the data is crystal clear. 62% of people are way more likely to trust a company when its AI interactions are transparent and fair. Building that trust directly with your audience is really the only way forward.
All right, on to the second new rule. And this one is about discovery. The way people find stuff, information, products, you name it, is going through a radical transformation. That classic Google search? Yeah, it's not the default starting point for everyone anymore.
So what does this mean? It means the game is shifting from SEO, search engine optimization, to what we're calling AIO, or answer engine optimization. The goal isn't just to get a click from a list of blue links anymore. The new goal is to be so credible, so well-sourced, that the AI models actually cite you directly in their answers. And this is what that looks like. Welcome to the zero-click world.
People are getting their answers right inside a chatbot or in their social feed, and they often never even visit a website. Now, your brand can still be the source of that answer, but success is now measured by citations and visibility, not just website traffic.
Now, this new world of discovery isn't just about AI answers, it is exploding on social media too. Social commerce is projected to hit $100 billion in the US alone by 2026. For younger generations, doing research for a product doesn't start on Google. It starts and ends inside apps like TikTok and Instagram. So what does that mean? It means the new storefront isn't a website anymore. It's a piece of content. Every single video, every post, every live stream is now a potential checkout counter. Finding the product and buying it are happening in the exact same moment in the exact same place.
And that brings us to our final, and maybe the most important piece of this entire puzzle, designing for humans. If the big theme for 2026 is this human counter-revolution, then our technology has to be built to reflect that. It has to actually work for everyone.
You can see this shift perfectly in the evolution of web accessibility guidelines. The old standard was just a rigid, technical checklist. It was all about compliance. But the new version, WCAG 3.0, is totally different. It focuses on the real user experience. It measures how well something actually works for people with different needs. The question is no longer did we check all the boxes, it's did we create something that's genuinely usable for a real person?
Which, brings us right back to where we started. We're living in a world that's increasingly run by autonomous AI, and it's filled with AI-generated content. So in a world like that, maybe your single most powerful, most durable, and most valuable advantage is just being authentically, provably, and unapologetically human.